today? It's your boy Germaine from Hognose Hogs, back with another video. And for this video, I'm going to do like a quick care guide for the plains and eastern hognose snakes. Basically just how I take care of my animals. I'm still a novice in terms of keeping reptiles, especially the hognose. I got my first hognose snakes earlier this February. So this is just basically what I do. I'm open to any suggestions or any constructive criticism if y'all find that what I'm doing is not best for my snakes. So first, let's start off with how I house my snakes. So I keep my snakes in a rack system. So I have just a basic rack that I got from a reptile expo, and then I have another one that I got off of Craigslist, which uses belly heat, and you just put Sterilite tubs in. So I have 3 different type of tubs that I'm using right now. I use a 6-quart tub for my baby hognose snakes. I have a 15-quart tub for like kind of my sub-adults. And then for Tofu, who is my adult female hognose snake, I use a 32-quart tub. And as you can see, most of my tubs, other than my 32-quart, I keep the lids on. And the reason why I do this is because at first, when I first got my first hognose, Noodle, he was a lot smaller than he is now. And I kind of used the rack system to where I didn't have the lid on, and it had a very small space for air. And I didn't think he could get out of it. And then one day I was just typing on my computer and I saw him sitting on top of my snake rack. And snakes are not as dumb as you think, because once he figured out how to get out of the snake rack, he just kept doing it. Every time I put him back into his enclosure, he would get out. So from now on, I put the tops on my bins. But that kind of depends on a snake rack. If you have a snake rack that fits really tight, that was designed for the bins not to have lids on it, then you may be good. But the snake racks that I have are high enough to where I can keep the lids on at the same time. In terms of water, I replace their water. I give them filtered water, and I replace the water every 2 days. And then once a week, I take all the water dishes out and I run them through the dishwasher. The substrate, I was using aspen shavings, and then I recently switched to hemp shavings. I found a guy that provides that product at the Daytona Reptile Expo, and he kind of convinced me to try it out, and it's been going pretty good. I find that it's a lot more absorbent than the aspen, and it pretty much takes away the odor of the feces as well. One of the bad things about it is that because it's kind of the color of the feces, sometimes it's kind of hard to find the feces to clean it out, to do my spot cleaning. But I think it's a pretty good product, and it was a decent price. So that's what I use for the majority of the bedding of my hognose snakes. My baby hognose snakes, I just use napkins just so I can make sure that they're pooping and things like that. They don't have any parasites and with that. And so also with the heating system in my racks, I always use a thermostat. So have 2 different type of thermostats. I basically set the hot side around 90 to 92 degrees, and then I keep my ambient temperature in my house around 74 to 75 degrees, so they can have room to thermoregulate. But I think that's been working pretty well. And then on most nights, I turn the heat off while I unplug my thermostat, so they can just have the ambient 74 degrees, which kind of mimics, you know what I'm saying, the temperature drop at night that's in the wild. In terms of my feeding schedules, all my little baby snakes, so that are like 1 to 3 months old, I feed them twice a week. So usually every 3 to 4 days. And then all my other snakes, so when they're around 50 to 60 grams, I just feed them once a week. As well as my adult hognose snakes, I feed her once a week. And you know what I'm saying, in terms of like the size of the rodents, definitely like the newborns or the babies, I give them day-old pinkies, and then I just kind of gradually switch them up and bump them up to hoppers and, you know what I'm saying, things like that. basically you kind of have to just get a feel for your animals, and once you start feeding them on a weekly basis, you can kind of see what size prey they can handle. But basically that's how I've been keeping my animals. Like I say, if you haven't already, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave any comments, you know what I'm saying? What do y'all think? Am I taking care of my animals the right way? With that being said, man, hopefully y'all enjoyed this video, and I'll see y'all on the next one.